the layout. It looks like it just says Gargoyle's Quest. I don't know if that can be updated. Anyway, so this is actually the predecessor to the game that you just watched, Demon's Crest or Demon's Blazon, which is essentially Gargoyle's Quest 3. The first one was on the Game Boy, and then the sequel is here on the NES. You see, it's very late in the release cycle in 1992. But this is a great game, and I'm really excited to show it off. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. And let me just do a couple things here. And I think we look good, and we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, and now. Alright, so here is some lore. Basically, this king is saying to our protagonist here, his name is Firebrand, if you want to prove yourself, go and do it. And we're like, okay. And so we set out to do a little kind of like training session. Where we're going to show off that we can cling to walls, float. I used a little technique there where I interrupted my floating to fall and then floated again. And this is actually a technique we will use several times throughout the run to traverse gaps where we need to really cover more distance. Alright, so now we get into our first full actual stage of the game. And we've got to contend with these enemies here, the one I just destroyed and the one you just saw there. Those kind of brown ghoul looking things. They create an obscene amount of lag. So we want to see them as soon as possible so that we can destroy them. And of course they're not cooperating. It actually was worth it to turn around for a split second there and kill him just to get rid of the lag that he was creating behind me. Alright, so we're going to jump up here, wait for this guy to go. Alright, we're going to take this a little slower just for marathon safety. We're just going to kill him. Normally we damage boost off of that guy, but we're going to do another... We're going to do a little trick coming up here where we will do an intentional damage boost to skip a significant portion of this stage. So we're going to grab this spike ball, 1, 2, 3, and float up and over. Touch those spikes at the very corner where it doesn't do damage, and basically skip about 15 to 20 seconds of this stage. Alright, so coming up on our first boss here. A lot of bosses in this game, you got to deal with some really, really significant RNG, but we got the perfect pattern to start. What are you going to do? Okay, that should be fine. Dead. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. So I see a question in chat about this being JP only. It is not. We do the JP version because the text scroll is way, way faster. Alright, so the king said, good job, Firebrand. You are well on your way to becoming the legendary Red Blaze, which is a big fighting demon here in the Underworld. Oh, by the way, there is an all-consuming darkness that is threatening to destroy the monster world, and we don't know where it's coming from, so why don't you go and figure it out? And that's what we're setting out to do right now. So now we're in our kind of overworld RPG section. This is kind of akin to what you saw in the Demon's Crest run before, the sections where you saw Fireman flying around. Here we just do some walking. Okay, and you're not going to cooperate. Where's your friend? Okay. Alrighty. So throughout the game, we're going to be leveling up different things. We're going to be leveling up our wing. See, we use that little strat there to float onto the top of the platform as opposed to having to grab the side of it. We're going to be leveling up our wing, which will increase the amount of time that you'll be able to float. We'll also be leveling up our jump height. And then throughout the game, we're going to get different magics. The magics are going to be like the shots that we shoot out, and they have different purposes. What I'm doing right here is I'm talking to this guy, and he's going to give me a password, Really what this is doing is setting that as a checkpoint. There's 2 intentional game overs that we will do throughout this run. And the reason we do that is because it saves us like several minutes of backtracking otherwise. So, very nice thing to have there. Alrighty. So this section here, we're dealing with these platform things. Now the platforms here, pretty predictable. Not too difficult to deal with. We're going to have a section coming up in fact it's in the next level after this, where the platforms are difficult to deal with and can be very, very trolly if they feel like it. And we're going to hope that's not the case. Alright, something I didn't mention before. Normally, right as you get into that room with the first boss, you take an intentional death to set up your intentional game over to be faster. We're not doing that partly for this reason here. Just in case this decides to be mean to me. Oh, good. Oh, they were very nice. And we're gonna barely make this. Alright, now I'm going to try a trick here I like to call the jungle gym. I'm going to try to climb up the face of one of these platforms here using a damage boost. And just like that. There we go. That's the jungle gym. That saves about 7 or 8 seconds. Very happy to hit that in a marathon. Kill that guy just for lag reduction. Oh, wait for that bullet to pass by. Do a little float stuttering there, just to make sure we make it onto that platform. Alright, now in this section here, this is a kind of a unique part in the game where you do this kind of vertical float. That's the game doing that automatically for me. This is not something I can do deliberately. Okay, so here I'm going to take an intentional death for a couple reasons. First of all, it's going to refill my power, and second of all, it's going to hit me at a checkpoint, and it makes it just faster to get up there. Okay, this section is very tricky. Take an intentional boost there, and then we're just going to barely grab the corner of that ledge there, like almost like a pixel or two. In fact, we're going to do it again right about here. There we go. Gotta wait for these guys. Alright, so now into the death balloon fight. Okay, good. I think my positioning and my timing is good. Should be dead right there. Perfect. Okay. The nice thing about Death Balloon is that his initial pattern is always static. So as long as you get to that spot in the right amount of time and are good with your mash, you can kill it before it really moves away and does anything else. So you take those. That's another reason why we take that intentional death before that, is that you can just basically get right up in his face, absorb those 2 damage boosts, and just kill him quickly. And we've done exactly that. Alrighty. Alright, so now we need to do some menuing. You don't even need to read what the items are. I don't read Japanese, so but the nice thing about this run is that those items that are in that inventory when you use them, you always get the exact same items every run, and they always appear in the same order. So as long as you just know which slot to select and select the right one, then you're fine every time. Alright, so coming up next is a little side-scrolling section that I like to refer to as the jump. This is going to put the float stuttering, like it's basically necessary here, and you'll see what I mean. There we go, perfect. Not only did I make it to that platform, but I was able to make it up in time such that I could damage boost backward onto the platform as opposed to the side of it and have to wait to grab it and jump up again. So that was beautifully done, if I say so myself. Oh, also, after finishing that jungle level, we got our first magic upgrade. You saw that shot that I threw out there. It's called the Buster Shot. Not only does it do more damage, but it can also destroy certain walls, which is necessary to get through this next section, which is the Sand Palace. Oh, float, and float again, and kill him. Perfect. Oh, shoot. I didn't quite throw that right. Okay, good. There's 2 of these blue bottles that I'm passing by here. 50-50 chance that a genie pops out of them and makes us kill it. They take, I think, 4 or 5 shots. Very rude waste of time. We didn't see it there, which is good. Fishies? Okay, good. There's some fishies that can appear there. Oh, there, you saw it there. Behind fishies are good fishies. Front fishies, bad fishies. Okay. Drop down a little bit here, so that way when I jump up, I avoid the bats. See, here's the Buster breaking those walls. No genies. Alright, so this is Sandfrog. Sandfrog sucks. This is a ton of RNG in this fight. And he can really waste your time if he feels like it. We want to see him jump like this. That's the ideal pattern. This is not fun, though. These little spores will drag you down and make your jumping difficult. Also, when he's doing that thing where he kind of dances back and forth, you can't do any damage to him. Oh, nice. Keep jumping, die. Thank you. Perfect. Okay, not bad. Not too bad. I've certainly had much worse patterns from Sandfrog. Alright. So now that we have gotten our way through the Desert Palace and we have our Gremlin Stick, now is our first of 2 intentional game overs. So I'm going to die here. Now, normally, if I had taken that death before the first boss, I would only have to do this once. But because I didn't, I wanted to keep that life in my pocket, because for marathon safety, I had to do this twice. So that probably wasted about, like, I don't know, maybe 8 to 10 seconds. Alright, a little more menuing. We gotta use the Gremlin Stick on here to wake up this king. Now, this game is full of kings, these big guys that you talk to here on the thrones. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. And we kind of just figure it out along the way. So that was a good king, and we rescued him, and he has given us passage to the next section of the game. Normally there would be a little thing blocking me right there in that little gap next to the mountains. Alright. He also gave us another magic, which we're going to use here. This is the Tornado Magic, and you'll see what it does is it shoots out these little platforms that we can actually use to do our own climbing. Walls be damned. It can be used as a weapon. Now, it's obviously very short range. You can do damage with it. It's not terribly practical, but there are a couple places where we will use it. But we're going to switch right back to Buster because we're going to go straight into a boss fight here. Now, this boss fight can be manipulated if you do it properly, and let's hope I do so. Alright, you have to tell him no here, otherwise you have to repeat this cycle. And you can just do that by pressing B. Alright, here we go. Oops. Oh, not off to a good start. Oh, got him. Yes. Okay, I thought it was going to run out of wing there. Good. Alright, that was a pretty good kill. Alright. So what I'm about to do right now is actually just something for a little marathon safety. We go in here, and we talk to this scientist dude. He's like, hey, have you heard about this cool thing I discovered? And you're like, no. And he's like, oh, well, let me show you. And he gives you a potion, and this actually increases your damage capacity by 1. So instead of 4 hearts, now we have 5. Which actually can be really useful for this next boss that we're going to be dealing with here. Alright, so this is the mountain pass. This place can be really trolly. Especially the boss. Alright, so we're going to throw out a platform and then another one to kill that little insect coming at us. Same thing again. Float up here. Take that damage intentionally back the other way. Just makes that a little faster. And then we could go 1, 2, 3, 4 platforms. Cool. Oh, I forgot to pick up the heart at the bottom. That's okay. Hopefully I killed this boss in one try. Alright, let's see if we can stutter our way onto this platform. Nah, I grabbed the edge. Alright, that's fine. Not a big deal. Alright, so these are the Twin Guardians. Lots of RNG here, too. Let's see how nice they decide to be to me here. That's a pretty good start. I'm gonna risk it. Yes, I am. Oh, my goodness. Oh, am I gonna do this? Oh, what a beautiful fight. Oh, baby. Alright, now, normally, so you didn't even see it because I didn't even go down to the platforms below, but underneath all those platforms is boiling hot lava that is instant death. Normally what you do in a PB attempt is you actually take 2 intentional deaths there to set up your second intentional game over. However, because that fight and the next big dungeon that we're going to go through can be very problematic, I opted not to do that because I'd rather have those lives available to me if I need them. Alright, so here we got a little mini-boss fight. We're going to manipulate Locust Boy here. Perfect. Alright, so he just drops right down and he throws that sickle right over our head as we grab this platform. We just wail on his face and he's dead. Okay. Little crossy section here. If I've got my host in here, this little section would actually be a good time to read off a couple donations if you have them.
Alright. We have $5 from Xantamun. We also have 2 anonymous donations, one for $100 as well as one for $50.
Nice!
No comments on those, but thank you all very much for your generous donations supporting No Kid Hungry.
Heck yes. Oops. I didn't get it, did I? Nah. Alrighty, well thank you for that. And now we come up to the Mirror Maze. As the name would suggest, it is a maze. I know my way through it, fortunately. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to necessarily do this properly, because there's a couple sections here that are really, really tricky. But I will do my best. Oh, come on, jump. Alright, this next room is... I hold my breath every time I do it. Oh, got it. Okay, good. That little maneuver there to get up on that platform and up to where that mirror is a lot trickier than it looks. I made that look easy. Trust me, it's not. Sit by you there. That's pretty tight, too, to get those 2 platforms in underneath that corner there. Alright, now you can, it's pixel perfect, but you can fly in between these little, kind of dagger things that are coming in. And if you can get all 4 of them, because there's another one here, you've saved like double-digit seconds. But I would rather save my life for this boss here, which can be kind of mean. This is Doppelganger. I'm gonna come over here. I can manipulate him somewhat. Good. Oh, not good. Alright, but he's almost dead, actually. You know, I'm just gonna go ahead and take that. And, okay, he didn't transform. That's actually perfect RNG. Even if I messed up the pattern a little bit, I'm not terribly worried about it. So what he can do is he can actually transform into like a pink version of Firebrand. And when he does that, what's really, really bad about that is that if you hit the transformed version of it, you take damage, not the enemy. So, anytime he transforms, it's just a complete waste of time. So, we don't like that. But this king has given us more lore. This is a good king. Alrighty, we're gonna get another password here. Again, this is just checkpoint setting, because we need to go retrieve an item that we are gonna give to that very king right there. So we're gonna come through here. This section can be a little tricky. Oh, shoot. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to... Oh, get out of my way. No, stop it. Oh, my goodness. That's what I want to do. I want to grab that wall and then just drop down, and you see it gives me the perfect amount of wing to get through there. Okay, that was a little sloppy, but I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. Alright, so here we just need to go and talk to a couple of people here. This actually here is the only queen of the game, at least in the speedrun. There could be others if you're playing casually, but I don't recall them. But so this queen is going to give us some stuff, and then afterwards we will go over and talk to the king, and he gives us the rest of the things that we need. Power-ups, so on and so forth, such that we will be able to finish the game. Yes, the swimming is absolutely right. The Gargoyle's Quest 1, which is on the Game Boy, is a really, really good game. Pretty similar in format to this. And yeah, and the music in that game too is great. Alright, so now we are going to take 3 intentional deaths here. Now, if I had done those 2 intentional deaths before the Twin Guardians fight, I would only have to do this once. But, again, because I wanted those extra lives, I opted to save them. So this is going to take about an additional, I will guess maybe about like 25 seconds. But again, I mean, I've given plenty of time in my estimate, so shouldn't be a problem. Everything's actually been really, really smooth in this run so far. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud, because now I can expect for some crappy stuff to happen, especially in this next one. Alright, so you see that we take that intentional game over, and we're right back to where we need to be. So, that is a very, very nice thing to have. Alrighty. Most difficult menu in the game coming up here. Oh, I got it. Nice. You actually have to pull something from the right column. Not fun. Alright. We have a new magic here, and I'll show it to you once I start floating. This is the claw. What it will do is it will stick to vertical spike walls and allow you to grab it so that you can hold on to the wall without taking damage. Alright, I really don't want to get hit here. I didn't. Excellent. Alright, so we're going to stop our jump about here. Okay, good. And see, we can just put that sticky thing onto the wall and then just jump and get it. This section right here is really, really precise. We've got to make it under that ghost. Okay, I just threw out an extra one. Oops! Ah, I was a little too low. Okay. So I wanted that ghost to keep chasing me instead of having this one appear here. This guy's annoying. Oh, what just happened there? Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's what happens. If that... Oops, no. If that ghost dies, then it turns out the lights, including your menu. So that is not exactly what I want to have happen. Okay. This is a boss here. Intense photosensitivity warning here. There's lots of flashing going on here. Take that intentional damage boost to keep him from doing any further damage, and he should be dead soon. Oh, no! I was bad on my timing. That is why we have those extra lives. Okay, now we should be good. What is going on here? Die? There we go. That was weird. Okay. Alright, well that boss is down. Photosensitivity is done. For now, there will be another one coming up, and I'll be sure to warn you there. Alright, so that was a bad king, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, it is... It is pretty bad. Alrighty, here we go. Sour, please. Sour, please. This is Breaker's Fortress. This is the last... This is the last dungeon of the game. Oh yeah, we'll be well under estimate. Provided I don't crash and burn in here in a big way. But I doubt that will happen. Alright, we have unlimited wing now, which is nice. Intentional boost there to go backwards. So we'll just wait for that one, just to be safe. Boing, boing, boing. Oh, okay. Take that boost to go through these guys. Do a corner grab and refill the life here. This next section can be very, very trolly, so hopefully these little critters cooperate. Oh, that was close. He almost tried to get me with the double shot. But I said nay. One more ascent here. Got to kind of bait out that shot. Alright, we have our final magic of the game. This is the Dark Fire. We're just going to use it on this final boss here. Again, very, very much flashing here. Please be warned. Alright, but for those of you that are watching, we're going to hold on to this platform here. Take a boost, float up and over this stuff, and just sit in front of his face and just wail on it. Get out of my way. There we go. And that's a successful boss fight. Alright, so after he shuts up, we go back and we talked to one of the nice kings from before. After this dialogue ends and the screen fades to black, that is going to be the end of the run. Oh, is this going to be a 27? That would be sweet. Even with a death, this could be a 27. It is. Awesome. That's time. Good stuff. Alrighty, so that was Gargoyle's Quest 2 for the NES, or Red Armor 2 is how it was called in Japan. So heck yeah, there we go. Alright, well, if you enjoyed this game, if you enjoyed me, or maybe a combination of those things, please do give me a follow on my channel. I play platformers and RPG kind of stuff like this all the time, so I would appreciate having you there. But for now, we're going to keep going with our RGL block, and I tell you what, if you were feeling Cypherin, and then you're like, why is this goofy dude coming in here doing some runs? I'm going to give you Cypherin back, because he's coming up right after me, and he's going to do some Hagane, the Final Conflict, so be sure to enjoy that. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and duck on out of here. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope to see you around soon, and until I do, take care everyone. Oh, we have someone named Red Armor. That's awesome. Very appropriate.